materials in the fly tying world are really allowing us to tie some really novel and unique patterns. And this is one of them. This is emerging caddis, and we call it the Puupa. Make sure you have these materials ready before you tie the fly. We'll use a size 12 curved caddis as the hook, some 8/0 olive dun thread to tie with, a 7/64 inch gold bead as the bead, some green holographic tinsel for the body, some orange micro chenille as the overbody, some 6-pound fluorocarbon for the rib, some hare's ear dubbing for the thorax, and some mallard strands for the wing. So I started the fly off by putting my bead on and moving it up towards the eyelet, and I've also tied on my thread. Now I'm going to take some of my 6-pound test fluorocarbon and wrap it in, and we'll use this to rib the body a little bit later. Now that the ribbing's tied in, we'll take some of our green holographic tinsel and we're going to tie it in, and once we get it tied into the rear of the hook, we're going to wrap it forward all the way up to the bead to form the body. The body's now tied in. I'm going to take some orange micro chenille and tie it in over the back of the body. And what I want to do is just tie in just a little bit at the head end, just secure it down, and just enough to bring the orange micro chenille back over the body. And then how we're going to tie it in is we're going to slowly bring our 6-pound test fluoro up over this and the body to form a ribbing. And this will actually help tie in the back also. Once you have the orange chenille back tied in, you want to leave a small tag when you trim it off. So what we'll do is take our scissors and just leave about 1/8 of an inch tag off the back of the hook where that orange chenille can actually dangle a little bit. Another way to do it is actually after you've cut that orange chenille, is you can take a lighter and just melt the tip so it comes into a nice little fine nub. But I find it's just as effective after cutting it off. Now we want a couple little wings off the fly, and what I mean by wings is they're almost imitating legs, but they're on the top of the fly. And we'll take some mallard. Now I'm only taking 2 strands of mallard, and I'm just going to tie them in the length of the hook, just off the side of the bead, just almost on the top side of the hook on one side. And then I'll go to the other side and do the same thing. Tie in another 2 mallard barbs about the length of the hook, have them sitting up off the hook, and tie them in. Now that our little wing tips are tied in, I'm going to take some hare's ear dubbing, and we're going to form a thorax by dubbing on a little bit onto our thread and then wrapping it up. And again, your thorax can be nice and bushy, so make sure you have enough dubbing on to make a nice bushy thorax. The last stage of the fly is take your whip finisher and always whip finish off the fly behind the bead. And you only need about 4 or 5 turns on that. And there it is, the finished Puupa. This is one of many original patterns you can tie with all the new materials available today.